Or the main topic of the day is how to survive 4th of July weekend. So y'all not losing 3 to 4 pounds within a week just to gain it all back over the course of the weekend. All right, so that's gonna be the topic of discussion. So before we get started, let's see if anybody had some wins that they're excited about this week. So did anybody seen the scale drop a little bit more than expected this week, or did anybody feel like they had a win that they want to share with the group? Nobody so far, or y'all all mean anti? Okay, all right. So I'm just go ahead and move forward. Yeah, y'all already know that in order for you to make sure over the course of this weekend, the main thing everybody has to do is make sure they are intentional with what they are doing. So a lot of us, when it's the holiday time, we got family in town, we got friends in town, we just let loose and we do whatever we desire, right? And sometimes we lose sight on what our goal was when it's all said and done. So one thing I want y'all to remember when it comes to this time of the year, it's the summertime, people's gonna live life a little bit more. The best thing to do if you're trying to maintain your weight to your best of your ability, first off, you're not supposed to go into this weekend telling yourself, I'm going to lose weight. 9 times out of 10, you're going to play yourselves. When your expectation is too high, that's when you start to cave. But when you tell yourself, hey, you know what, I'm not trying to lose any weight this weekend, and you only gain 1 pound, you're not beating yourself up. Versus you saying, oh, I'm going to lose weight this weekend, then somebody brings you a hot dog, you eat a hot dog, scale goes up 1 pound, now you're mad as hell. Okay? So just be mindful of the little things, because the little things add up more than you think. So for some people, 4th of July comes around, they have access to the baked beans, mac and cheese, you know what I'm saying, the baked potatoes, ribs, hot dogs, hamburgers. All of those in isolation is not the issue. It's the combination. So if you know you're the type that you're getting the cookout plates and you're good for 1 or 2 of these plates, keep it cute with the drinks, you know? But now if you're somebody who don't care for the cookout plates, but you know you like to have a drink or two, maybe 5, like some of my clients, okay, I gotta keep it cute with this mac and cheese and baked beans. So just choose what you're gonna do that day. If you're gonna eat your calories, do not drink your calories. If you choose to drink your calories, do not eat your calories. Me, I don't care to drink. If you told me for the rest of my life I cannot drink, I would be A-okay. But now if you told me I can't have mac and cheese for the rest of my life, I'm going to fight you. So I choose to eat my calories, which I would actually prefer y'all to do as well. Okay? Now, 2, y'all already know the things that you got to watch out for the most is going to be the things that are man-made, right? So I would rather y'all have rice, I don't care, believe it or not, than mac and cheese. I never seen a macaroni noodle bush before. I never seen a bread bush before. So some people saying, oh man, well I can't have bread. The bread is going to make me gain weight, Trey. And it's like, yeah, because I know for a fact you're not just leaving out with 1 patty hamburgers. You're probably going to have 2 to 3 hamburgers, or you're going to have a hamburger and a hot dog. So during this weekend, just tell yourself, if anything, if this carb is not coming with a protein, I shouldn't be having it as much. So I'd rather you have a hamburger than mac and cheese. I'd rather you have a hot dog, believe it or not, even though you know a hot dog is still a man-made thing or a processed meat, over a mac and cheese or baked beans. So as long as you keep that mindset, you're going to be good to go. You have nothing to worry about. And if you know you have this cookout on a certain day, be intentional with what your cheat day is going to be. Do not allow yourself to have a whole cheat weekend. That's where we go wrong. And once again, just to give y'all context, what is a cheat weekend? You having a drink every single day this weekend is not cheating. You having margaritas every single day is cheating. 2 totally different things. So when you are out and about, because you've been on this program for 2 to 3 to, for some of y'all, 7 to a year, and then that little voice in your head is saying, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm still choosing to do it, that's a cheat. If you go get your own tortillas or get your own hamburger buns, you go to this cookout and you have 5 burgers with your own hamburger buns, that's not cheating. So that's what I'm saying. It's that extra step or that extra initiative that the average person is not willing to do, which makes it a cheat. Me bringing my own margarita mix, not cheating. Not gonna have 5. You having somebody, your man's making you a margarita, and you know they're not a bartender, they're doing a hood margarita mix, that's cheating. Shouldn't have 5. Little things like that. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. All right. So now what I would like for y'all to do, matter of fact, I want to go around the board because we got a mixed demographic on here. So I want to hear basically what are y'all good for on 4th of July and what are y'all afraid of? What foods did you like to incorporate? Little things like that. So Yasmin, how you doing today?
Good morning. I'm great. How are you?
Good. I'm good. So what type of woman are you at the cookout or at 4th of July? What you doing?
I am a heavy drinker.
Heavy drinker. Okay. All right. Her words, not mine.
I do be.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I have recently been doing my tequila as far as food go. So, question for you.
Talk to me.
I saw these keto buns at the store, right? Because I know it's going to be burgers and all that good stuff. If I would like, can I have one of those with burgers and then just eat meat? Ain't going to be no vegetables, so I'm going to take my own salad there. I already know it's no vegetables. Going to be on the table.
Okay. So now, based off what you know and based off your own discernment, can you have the hamburger buns if you bring it?
Yeah.
Why you know that?
But are they really good? Are they okay for you, the keto ones that's at the stove?
You tell me. Are they?
Not too much of it, but you can have it every now and then, right? I
There you
like
go.
that. Okay.
So you having a keto hamburger bun, which obviously you haven't purchased in the past 6 months. It's
Yeah.
totally different from you having keto hamburger buns every single day. I have
Okay.
women on my program that are breadheads. So they want to have bread, if it's up to them, every single day. And they realize they're stalling. But then if I have somebody like Ashley who says, hey, Trey, I like to have my low carb tortillas, but she's only having it 2 times a week.
Okay.
Max 3 times a week. It's not that deep. Okay? So it's about how many times you're doing it per day. Just to give you an analogy. Me and Yasmin, we go out for drinks, right? 2 days out the week, every single weekend. Are we alcoholics? No? Right? Even if we get about 5 to 6 drinks, let's be real. Me and Yasmin goes out for drinks. Only get 1 drink, but every single day. Are we alcoholics?
No, it's just one.
I'm gonna think we're crackheads. Because why do you need a drink every single day? So the point I was trying to prove is, as you can see, is not the quantity,
It's
frequency.
how often, isn't it? Yeah. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once again, when it comes to these keto hamburger buns and all that stuff, ladies, and when it comes to these keto breads, just any keto product in general, once again, keto doesn't mean better. It just means they're using a little bit better quality ingredients. But when it's all said and done, bread is still bread. Okay? When it's all said and done, alcohol is still alcohol. So the days I'm having a drink, like I'm going to be honest with y'all, I'm going out for drinks after this call. Because it's still my birthday weekend. I'm like, y'all have birthday months? I'm going to allow myself to have a birthday week. How about that? I know because I'm having a drink tonight, even if it's 1 or 2, I shouldn't expect the scale to drop. Even though I'm getting a tequila soda and bringing my own Crystal Light. That way, if the scale drops, whoop-de-doo, better for me. If the scale doesn't drop, I'm not beating myself up because I know exactly what I'm doing. Nobody on earth is saying, I lost 30 pounds in 2 months by drinking alcohol. So when y'all drinking, ladies, That's going to cause some form of inflammation. And 9 times out of 10, if you really pay attention, the days that y'all have some drinks, especially a good amount of drinks, those are the days that you wake up in the middle of the night. That is called, or the reason being is because alcohol disrupts your deep sleep. You're just going to have more light sleep or REM sleep or rapid eye movement sleep, but you're not getting deep sleep. So if you're going to have alcohol, ideally, believe it or not, you're supposed to be drinking earlier during the day than later during the day. Happy hour. But on average, as Americans or just us, we naturally usually have drinks when? After happy hour. That's why happy hour is the prices that it is. That's why after happy hour is regular full price. Because you're going to pay the full price when it comes to your sleep and your metabolism as well. All right, good question. So, more drinks, Yasmin, because you're getting more drinks, keep it cute with your sides. You don't have to bring a salad if you don't want to, but if that's your preference, by all means, go crazy.
Okay.
All right?
Yep.
All right, you good?
I'm good.
All right, good. And pleasure seeing you again. Who I want to speak to? Nicole, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
How's life? What you been up to?
Just I did incorporate weights this week. Went back to weights. So but I'm doing good. The scale is dropping back down to where I was initially when I started, so that's a win. I'm not a big eater, as we know. So I am going to just do a steak at home before I go to the fish fry.
Okay. So this fish fry is 4th of July?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what do you naturally order at the fish fry?
Prawns.
Now, are you the type where, because you are having this steak before the fish fry, will you be able to honestly enjoy the fish fry?
Yeah. Well,
Still?
so I am finicky. If I don't see it being prepared and I don't know that people devein their shrimp and all that stuff, I'm not going to eat it. So I'm not depriving myself by eating steak and eggs before I go.
Okay, cool. All right. So if that's what you want to do, cool. But I just know that, some people really look forward to fish fries. I want you to be able to still enjoy it. That's why I asked.
No, my downfall is a white chocolate mocha with 5 pumps of brown sugar. That's my guilty pleasure. All the other stuff, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Have you seen my video on the alterations for the white chocolate mocha for Starbucks?
Yes, I have.
Did you try it?
I haven't tried it yet, but yes, I have.
So you just been looking at it?
I've just been looking at it. I haven't been back to Starbucks yet.
Okay. All right. So what I want you to do tomorrow, try my video. And you let me know if that's a good alternative for what you usually do.
Okay.
All right.
Will do.
All right.
Okay.
So when you go to this fish fry, are you drinking or no?
No, I don't drink.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So once again, for women like Nicole, ladies, if you really don't drink, 4th of July, you can kind of eat what you want. It's when you mix those two. Especially if you're a drinker, because let's be real. Once we get a good amount of drinks, that is around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Now we want to start eating, and now our judgment goes out the window. We eating whatever we want. Blame it on the alcohol, like Jamie Foxx said. So, if you're not drinking, now you can eat what you want. If you are drinking, keep it cute with what you're eating. Okay? But thank you for sharing, Nicole. You should be fine. Let's see. Yesenia, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good.
Good, right? Hey, did we talk yesterday? We talked yesterday, right? Was that yesterday or today?
This morning.
It was this morning, right? Okay, all right. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
All right. So, what type of person are you at the at 4th of July?
I'm a drinker.
Okay. All right. Nothing wrong with that. What are you drinking? Naturally.
I drink my drink of choice is Patron lemonade.
Patron lemonade. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, how are you game planning to this to do this 4th of July?
Well, I'm just gonna. My lemonade will go to. It will be zero sugar,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna have burgers.
Okay. All right. So what I would tell you to do, Yesenia, is you can have your zero sugar lemonade, but put some Crystal Lights lemonade in your purse.
Yes, I bought that, so I'm ready.
There you go. So she's, you know what I'm saying, ladies? She's already prepared. She thought about what she was gonna do. She already know that she likes to have drinks, but now she's mixing it with Crystal Light. She got nothing to worry about. Have all the drinks you want. Just don't be passing on the streets anymore, okay?
No, I won't.
All right, you good. So you good to go. So text me anytime you need me. You good though.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. LaShonda, you popping out 4th of July or no?
No, sir, I work.
Yeah, you working? I know you always working. That's what I was asking.
I always work. So, they don't, Medicare doesn't care about the holidays. If they pay, we work. So
Yeah.
I work. It's a regular day to me, and I'm not a drinker at all. So I don't
Okay.
drink any alcohol.
So for the people who don't drink alcohol and it's 4th of July, just let that be your cheat meal day. Just have a meal to yourself, so that way you still in a festive mood because you're not doing no drinking and you're not with family, whatever. So just have something that you really care for, and just remember, ladies, if you are having something that you like and you're cheating, I'm talking about the worst cheat you can have imaginable is technically something like a cheesecake or pasta. But if you have that earlier during the day, before 4 p.m., it's not that deep. Believe it or not. Especially if that's your only thing you have in that day. That is crazy. So just to give y'all some context, pasta is one of my favorite foods. It's not my favorite food, but because I know how it does to me on the scale, I avoid it like the plague. But if you're having it early during the day before 4 p.m., you can enjoy it, eat as much as you want. And the best tip I can give to y'all, once again, in that context, if you're eating it there, eat as much pasta as you want at that, I don't know, Maggiano's or Olive Garden or wherever the hell you at. Do not bring any pasta home. Eat as much as you can there. Don't bring it home because you already know what you're going to do when it's home. You're going to give yourself another excuse as to, oh, I didn't finish all my pasta and I paid only $14.99 for it, so I got to finish it off. That's why my favorite food, period, is pizza. Anytime I want some pizza now, I don't buy a full box of pizza, even though it's easy and convenient. I can get it from Uber Eats. I go to the pizza shop and get it by the slice. If I want pizza that bad, I can get it by the slice. Because I already know if I order a box of pizza and it comes with 8 slices, I'm going to eat 3 now. I'm going to eat these rest of the 5 by the end of the weekend. I can promise you that. So don't play yourself. You can only eat that is or something that is accessible to you. If it's not there, you can't eat it. All right? All right. So just know y'all trigger, ladies. All right? LaShonda, you got any questions?
No, I had a question Tuesday, but I ended up having to get off. I had a patient coming at me, but I can't think of it now. Oh, what was it? Allulose? Is that what it was we were talking about Tuesday? You were talking about. Is that comparable to stevia? Because I use stevia now.
It's better than stevia.
It is better. Okay.
Stevia just sweetens your stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. 0 calories. Plant sweetener. Allulose is a sweetener as well, but now it's going to give your body that GLP-1 effect that these semaglutides, the Mounjaro, the Tirzepatide, and Ozempic is what they're putting inside of your body. It makes your body naturally produce a little bit more of that, which means that you're going to suppress your appetite a little bit more.
I did go to my endocrinologist, and I go there every 3 months, and she was happy to see I lost 20 pounds from the last time I went to her. My lab work did show that my cholesterol is up a bit, so I'm not sure what's up with that. I think it's supposed to be under 100. Mine was 80. Mine was 88, and she wants it under 70. So, but other than that.
So here's the thing. Good topic of discussion. So you see how in America, a lot of people are taught high cholesterol is bad. right? But the funny thing is, everybody who's a centurion, you know what a centurion is? People that live over 100, you know what they got? Elevated cholesterol. Why? Because elevated or cholesterol itself is not bad. It's when you put this cholesterol in a bad body. That's when it starts to become bad. So what I want y'all to think about when it comes to cholesterol, think about cholesterol like a fireman in your body. LDL is a part of your immune system, right? So LDL is elevated when you're following a low carb diet, because what the LDL does, it transport cholesterol and triglycerides, which is fat, to be used to other cells. So it's a transporter. So kind of like a taxi. I'm taking this fat to be put in this cell so this cell can burn it. That's what cholesterol does. LDL cholesterol also is a part of your immune system. So this is the thing that helps your body identify when there's some bacteria that's not supposed to be there. It picks it up and takes it back to the liver so it can be processed. What happens is when you got elevated cholesterol, but a lot of glucose in your system, now the cholesterol is more dysfunctional. So it's kind of like if it's traffic going on the highway, right? But now, first off, if there's traffic on the highway, does it mean that it is more likely for a crash to happen? Or does it mean it's bound that a crash is going to happen?
More likely, I would say.
It's likely. It's more likely, right? So in Western medicine, their belief is, hey, if we have less cars on the road, less accidents. That makes sense, right? But in order for your body to work efficiently, in order for your brain to get the energy that it needs, your brain is 70% or 30% cholesterol. So people who are on blood or cholesterol medication are more likely to have Alzheimer's. They don't tell you that though.
I'm gonna put it in here. What?
And yeah, that's the thing. Just Google it. And people who's on, they don't tell you that. And people who's on more cholesterol medication is more likely to have type 2 diabetes. They don't tell you that though. So you're fixing one problem to have a multitude of problems. So when you have LDL in your body, elevated cholesterol, but you're metabolically unhealthy, which majority of y'all are, which means what? You have prediabetes, you got hypertension, you're insulin resistant, little things like that. That's kind of like now there's traffic, but now it's raining.
It's worse.
Way worse.
Much
So
worse.
now they're saying,
Much
hey,
worse.
the average American, their body is raining. Their body's inflamed. It's in shambles. They do got diabetes. Or your HbA1c is elevated. Or you do have prehypertension. So we just need to lower all cholesterol. But if you're healthy, then and your cholesterol is higher, you will always outlive somebody whose cholesterol is lower and they're healthy. So what does that
But
tell
my
you?
doctor was trying to tell me that the Manjaro, I went up to the 15, and she's like, well, that's where the weight loss is coming from. And I was like, no. I said, no, I've changed all my habits. I said, I'm sleeping better, I'm working out more, I'm eating better. And she was like, really? Because most people stall because they think it's a magic drug, and they think if they can take the Manjaro, then they can eat and do what they want. So she's trying to explain to me about stalling. I'm like, you just said I lost 20 pounds. How am I stalling? From her point of view. So she asked me about your program. I told her I've been on it for a few months now, and she's like, well, how long are you going to do it? I said, how long is this diet? I said, it's not a diet. It's a way of life. I said, because, the program shows you how to maintain when you get where you want to be, teaches you how to lose when you need to lose, gain when you need to gain, or just maintain. I say, so it's more of a way of life than it is a fad, I think. So she just kind of looked at me. She's like, seriously? I'm like, yeah. She's like, okay, well, just let me know. I was like, okay. So, I still take the Manjaro 15 because I still technically have diabetes, but I stopped the Trijardy, I stopped the Humalog, I stopped the Toujeo. And she is just shocked by all that. I've been able to drop my prednisone for breathing because of the weight loss. I was on 7 milligrams a day. Now I'm on 3. So.
You know what I want you to do too, LaShonda?
Mm-hmm.
Next time you go in to see your doctor, get your HbA1c again. Because I could.
She did it last time. It was 5.4. This time it's 5.6.
Okay, so you know what you just said? It's 5 point what?
6.
You know what that means?
It went up from 5.4.
So wait. So you said it went up from 5.4 to 5.6, or it's 5.6 to 5.4?
Correct. No. It went up.
Okay, from when?
From 3 months ago.
So 3 months ago.
I have to go to this endocrinologist every 3 months.
Okay. Do you know? Wait. So you're saying you're taking a drug right now for diabetes, right?
No, not, the only thing I'm taking now is Manjaro.
Manjaro for what?
The diabetes.
You know you don't got diabetes anymore, right?
That's what I'm wondering.
You don't. I'm telling you.
Because if I take the Trijardy, because again, I was on Humalog after every meal, before every meal, and I was on Tejeo once a day and Manjaro once a week. I can't take the Humalog, I can't take the Tejeo, I can't take the Trijardy. It drops me too low.
You know what I want you to do? Which is why I'm not freestyling this information. I want you to Google what is the diabetic range. Google that.
Right.
Google it.
6.5.
What you say, Katisha? That's a nurse.
You're considered a diabetic after 6.5.
6.5, and for pre-diabetes, it's 5.7 to 6.4.
6.0.
I started at a 9 point something or another.
That makes sense.
When I started going to her, and she got me down in like a year. I was down to below. I was down. The lowest I've been is 5.3. Right now, I go between 5.3 and 5.6.
Yeah. So I just want to let you know that if you was on a medication for your diabetes, you don't have diabetes. But if you're on this medication because it helps aid in what you got going on, then by all means keep doing it. You see what I'm saying? But
I really wonder if I even need the Manjaro now.
that's on you. That's your call. I'm not your doctor. But I'm just letting you know you don't got diabetes. Just like I told you a month. So by the way, ladies, she was dealing with high blood pressure at one point in time too. LaShonda, do you have high blood pressure anymore?
No. I still take the Lasix because of edema, but I stopped the Losartan potassium 2 months ago.
You see what I'm saying? So
My blood
because
pressure
you
was
fixed her
bottoming
lifestyle, and then I told her at one point in time, hey, LaShonda, I feel like, because she was telling me how she was getting woozy, and she felt like, like she don't got a lot of energy. I'm like, hey, like, are you still taking your high blood pressure medication? And we've been working together for about 2 or 3 months. She said yes. I said, what I want you to start doing for a whole entire week, track your blood pressure every single morning. So you can really see your numbers, right? Because in America, no matter what, they basically bank on you never changing your lifestyle. That's why your doctor or your GP looked at you that way. Because they're like, wait, she really is doing that? But let me ask you one question, LaShonda. What color is your GP?
The ketones?
No, what color is your doctor?
Oh,
What race is
she's
she?
Persian.
I know. That's my point. So women, sorry to say, it's really serious. Like, this is a real thing. People from Middle Eastern descent, what their talk is Americans are not going to fix their lifestyle, period.
She was shocked. You're right about that.
So
she's like, you did what?
Yeah,
and
like
I told
they're
her,
not.
she's like, you're walking, you're eating veggies.
Literally
I'm like,
taught in medical school that people are not willing to switch up their lifestyle. So you got to, or might as well, just prescribe them this pill.
Yeah.
So when you said, no, this is what I'm doing, I'm focusing on my sleep, I'm eating a little bit better, I'm moving my body a little bit more, they're looking at you crazy because you are an anomaly to the rest of the 50 to 60 to 70 to 80 people they've seen in that week.
Mm-hmm. She was shocked. She said, but what about you? Because I told her I'm not taking the Losartan anymore. She's like, what is your blood pressure running? I said 105, 110 over low 70s. And she's like, with the potassium? I mean, with the Losartan? I said, no, with no Losartan. That's what it's running. I had to stop taking it because I was like 80 and 90,
dropping too low,
over 60. And I can't feel it. She's like, oh, okay. So, yeah, she looked at me shocked the whole time.
You see what I'm saying?
She's like, well, we'll see if you keep it up for next time. I said, well, it's a way of life, so you'll see everything drop more. That's about all you'll see. I won't go back the other way. I refuse to go back the other way. So
That's what I'm
he just kind
saying.
of looked at me.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they don't see it, and they know people are quick with doing their lifestyle and going back to what they know. So you just gotta keep proving her wrong. But I'll put it to you like this: but once you hit under 2 anything, she's gonna believe you then. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Well,
Listen.
I'm down 115 pounds right now from when I started back in 2003.
There you go.
Like May, June of 2023, rather, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I'm down 115 pounds from that.
Yeah.
But I stalled way before I got into your program. So I jump started and lost more. So yeah.
So yeah, so just keep doing what your thing ultimately. But yeah, I just want to let you know that yeah, if you was taking any medication because of diabetes specifically, you don't got that. So just keep doing what you're doing. All right.
And I have all sides of the triangle up and going. I'm eating my protein. I worked out 30 minutes last night walking, and I'm trying to get more sleep. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. Okay. All right, and I'll talk to you next week. Keep doing your thing.
I had it for Friday. Do you want me to cancel it and do it for tomorrow? I mean, do
No.
it for next week?
If you got it on Friday, we're gonna talk on Friday.
Okay.
All right. Bridget, what's up? You got a
Okay, I
question?
have to go. Thank you. I gotta go. Bye, y'all. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, I need to understand that. But I have a question. So, I was gonna do the same thing I did for my birthday, which was like not the food wise, but I do like tequila and Diet Coke, and I heard that you said that that was okay. So does that mean that if I'm keeping it cute with no, you said drinking, right? Like just drinking in general. Then I still need to keep it cute with the food.
Basically, okay. So repeat your question. Basically.
So if I'm going to drink, but I'm going to drink conservatively with no
Right.
sugar,
Right.
can I? Do I still have to keep it all the way 100 with the eating?
I mean, if you're going to drink, period, you want to make better choices with your eating, unless you don't care for the scale to shoot up. But because you're still doing the act of drinking,
Okay.
and drinking no matter what is going to cause underlying inflammation. So no matter what, you're going to kind of retain water once you start eating anything. So if you said, hey Trey, like back in the day when I was in college and I just had a day where I was like, I don't even care for food, I'm just drink the whole entire day, I'm talking about from sun up to sundown, but I didn't eat nothing, scale still dropped. So what does that mean? It's not really the drinks. But if you have the drinks and then you say, oh, I'm just going to have a couple fries, scale's going up. So that's what I'm saying. But if you do not drink at all, you can eat what you want. It's not that deep. It's when you combine the two. Okay? So yeah, if you're drinking tequila soda, right? Or whiskey and Diet Coke, now you're basically mitigating how much the scale's going up. But if you're having tequila diet soda or whatever, and you are having some fries or having some tortillas or having a little bit of baked beans and mac and cheese on that plate and maybe only a hot dog, yeah, you still can expect the scale to go up. Just not as much as if you would have had that margarita.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So what I try to teach is what you can do and tips and tactics so you do not see the scale shoot up. But you can still expect the scale to trend up depending on how wild you are eating with the drinking.
Okay.
Because one fry is not going to derail everybody if they had drinks. You know that. But you're not having just one fry.
Right.
Okay? So, Bridget, are you planning on going to a cookout or no?
Yes.
Okay. What type of person are you naturally at a cookout? Are you the drinker or are you getting the plates?
I'm more of a, I don't really eat crazy. I just try to. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm trying to park and they almost hit me. I don't go crazy at cookouts. I'm partially like a socialized drinker, so I'm only drinking if I'm actually out and like doing something or something like that. So, but yeah, I don't really eat that at a cookout. So
Okay.
maybe in the sense of maybe when I think about it, when people put barbecue sauce on ribs, like so something like that, like something that they actually put in what they cook with. Because I know we talk about oil and sauce and stuff. So
So let me ask you a better question. You had a cookout. Naturally, what you putting on your plate? If you was already at your goal weight.
mm, definitely putting probably like protein and then probably some baked beans
And what?
and probably a vegetable.
Are you trying to impress me, or this is what you naturally get?
It depends. So if they have mac and cheese, I might put a little bit.
I'm about to say, I know you about to say, I didn't hear no mac and cheese. Them plates sound dry as hell. I don't want that at no cookout. So what would you naturally get at a cookout? Let's do this over. What would you really get?
Yeah, so I'll have the protein, I'll have the baked beans, I'll have the mac and cheese.
Sounds
and
more blackish. Thank you. Keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, are you a hot dog girl, or a burger girl, or a ribs girl, or a wings girl? Which one?
I'm more like ribs.
Okay, so you're getting ribs, right? Okay. So now, how many drinks does it take for Bridget to get drunk?
Maybe like 3.
Okay. How many drinks do Bridget drink knowing she's at 4th of July?
Maybe like 4 to 5.
So you're going to get busted and disgusted. That's what it sounds like.
Well, what happened last week on my birthday was like, I don't recall how many it was, but I'm taking an Uber anyway, so.
So you're
'Cause I
planning
have
on
to.
getting, okay, all right, ladies, we hear it right there. The proof's in the pudding. All right. So if that's the case, it sounds like because of what you naturally want to put on your plate as well, yeah, we probably might want to do the tequila soda or whiskey and Diet Coke.
Okay.
Okay? It's because once you're past, okay, it's like even like me, and I'm not saying I'm better than Dow or whatever, but I'm not drinking to get drunk. If I happen to get drunk, cool. But I'm drinking to be cool because at the end of the day, I know I got to drive. Right? So 3 drinks is my limit. That's me. I'm not trying to say compare yourself to me. But usually if I'm out and about and I'm trying to have a good time, I'm going to stop at 2. So if you drink anything over 3 to 4, you're just doubling up the calories than my 2. Which means that I can take these calories and use it on food more than you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If you know you're a drinker, which is nothing wrong with that, I can spend less calories on food because I'm spending it more on drinks. So in your case, if you're drinking 4 drinks, which is not that bad, believe it or not, especially if it's tequila sodas and whiskey and Diet Cokes, because essentially that's 4 shots, right? And ladies, do not get doubles. Always get singles. Okay? Because you're going to realize that double drink is going to pass through the exact same amount of time as a single. So that's another pro trip. Always get singles, and then that way you can feel like a crackhead once you're on your 5th drink. But if you get 3 doubles, you don't feel like a crackhead. You're like, oh, I just got 3 drinks, but you know you doubled it up. All right? But like I said, because I am eating more calories, I got to keep it cute with how many calories I'm drinking. Okay? So just probably get 1 plate of whatever you want, and now you can drink. But what I will also say too is another pro tip for all my clients: have 1 drink at 4th of July, wherever way you want it, So like for me, I care for margaritas. I'll get one margarita. The very next drink, tequila soda. The very next drink, if they got it, I'm gonna get a hard seltzer. If I want another drink, tequila soda. If I want another drink, now I can get a margarita. Why you think I layered it like that?
Not to have all the sugar at one time or something, or let it. Oh no, Sue.
Basically, I'm stretching out the time of each drink.
Okay.
It's gonna take me longer and longer for each drink. So people usually drink and they're socializing, and people get multiple drinks because you're probably having the drink that you like and that you care for. I know for a fact that me and Bridget go get a margarita, I'm gonna finish that margarita in less than 10 minutes. Why? I like margaritas. If I have a tequila soda in front of me, every single sip, I'm like, do I really want to drink? So I'm gonna just naturally drink less because I'm having a drink I don't really care for. Now, after that tequila soda, if I get a hard seltzer, like, you know, the White Claws, ladies, the Topo Chico hard seltzers, the Trulies, the High Noons, that is a drink where I kind of like a little bit more than a tequila soda, but not as much as a margarita. But it got less calories in it than a margarita. So now, if I get that hard seltzer right after that tequila soda, now I'm having a drink, I'm having fun again. But it's still going to take me almost half the time of me finishing this tequila soda. So now you can have a drink that you want. Then get the tequila soda or whiskey and Diet Coke if you're drinking dark. Then if you want a hard seltzer, if you care for that, you can get that. Or just get another whiskey and soda and Diet Coke. And then if you finish that whiskey and Diet Coke or tequila soda, then you can get another drink of whatever you want. Another old fashioned for some of y'all, another margarita for some of us. Cause now you're here for the vibes, obviously. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. But the name of the game, ladies, less alcohol, which is why I'm saying you're stretching it out. I'm going from a margarita, which is an alcoholic beverage with a whole lot of sugar, to tequila soda, which is no sugar, still the same amount of alcohol, to a hard seltzer that has less sugar, less alcohol. Layered. But I'm still drinking. Okay? All right. So look, we got about 10 minutes left on this call. If y'all have any other questions, need a game plan, speak now, forever hold your peace. But I think we're all pretty good here. All right. So other than that, ladies, enjoy your 4th of July. Once again, keep it cute. Do not put all this work in on this weekdays. Just to get all back plus some on the weekend. Okay? And because I already know my clients, I'm already thinking about doing a group 48-hour fast on Monday. Because I already know y'all. I already know.
So, Trey, are you recording this call?
Yeah, I'm recording this call.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Okay? So once again, the best tip I can give to y'all is do not have 2 bad meals back to back. If you know you're going to this cookout later, but your girls invited y'all to brunch, keep it cute at the brunch. Okay, let me get the omelet, let me get the bacon, let me get the fruit cup, because I already know what the hell I'm going to do later. If you know you're somebody who don't care for cookout food, I don't like to eat everybody's cooking. So the only thing I'm going to eat, I'm not going to eat nobody random's mac and cheese, baked beans, and all that. I'm just keep it cute. I might get a burger, double the patty up on the burger. That way you're getting fuller faster instead of you getting 2 separate burgers or 2 separate hot dogs. Okay? And remember, a burger is always better than a hot dog, period. If you want a hot dog, cool, have one. Don't have 5 hot dogs. All right? And last but not least, if you're going to have a drink, get one drink the way you want it. Start the party off. The very next drink got to be something that you really don't care for. If you finish that drink and you still at the cookout and you want another drink, now you can get the drink that you want again. But the very next one, something that you don't care for again. All right? If you follow those tips, don't have 2 bad meals back to back, and whatever cheat day that you decide on having, do not allow it to spill over to the very next following day, which means what, black people? You better not be bringing home 4 to 5 leftover plates. We should be okay. All right? Enjoy y'all weekend and happy 4th of July. All right, y'all.
Thank you.
Same to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
y'all. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, bye.